I pulled the wheel off, and instantly one brake pad was paper thin while the other looked almost new. That's bad. I checked the slide pins. They were stuck, covered in grease that had turned into glue. This could have caused real damage on the road. Brakes aren't just parts, they're safety. But even experienced DIYers make simple mistakes that ruin their brakes. Or worse. Today I'm exposing the top mistakes that can cost you hundreds, or your safety. And at the end, I'll show you a trick that makes the hardest part of a brake job almost effortless. Miss it, and you'll regret it. Ignoring the rotors. First up, changing brake pads and ignoring the rotors. Just because the rotors look fine doesn't mean they are fine. A warped rotor can cause your steering wheel to shake during braking. You can't always see it, but you'll feel it. If you hear squealing, it might be the pads, but often it's a glazed rotor. Check for rust, pitting, grooves, or a raised edge. These are signs the rotor needs replacing. Otherwise, your new pads won't grip properly, and you'll be back here doing it all over again. Next, those tiny metal tabs on your pads? Yeah, those matter. They make noise when the pad wears down to warn you it's time to change them. Some pads come with them pre-installed, others come in a bag. Here's the key. The wheel should rotate into the indicator, not away from it. Also, make sure you don't end up with both indicators on one side of the car. At least one should be on each side. Otherwise, you might never know when your pads are finished, until it's too late. You unbolt the caliper, pull off the rotor, and what do most people do? Let the caliper dangle. That's a big no. I did this once on a truck. Caliper dropped, snapped the brake line. Total nightmare. Brake fluid everywhere, new line, wasted time. Always hang your caliper securely. Use a wire, a hook, even a zip tie. Don't trust that flimsy metal shield to hold it, because it won't. One drop, and you could bend that shield or damage the brake line. If your brake pads wear unevenly, chances are your slide pins are dry or stuck. They need to move freely for the caliper to float. Pull them out every time. Clean them. Grease them with proper brake caliper grease. Make sure to return each pin to its original spot. Some are slightly different. Neglect this, and the brake may stick, drag, or fail to release. That's how pads wear out fast, and brakes overheat. You finish the job. New pads in, caliper back, wheels on, you're proud. Then you jump in the car, press the brake, and the pedal goes straight to the floor. Scary, right? That happens because the caliper pistons were pushed back during installation. You must pump the brake pedal a few times before moving the vehicle. Start the engine, press the pedal until it feels firm. Then, and only then, it's safe to drive. You're working on rear brakes and can't get the rotor off? You might have left the parking brake on. Rear rotors often have drum brakes inside. When the handbrake is engaged, those shoes expand, locking the rotor in place. Don't fight it with hammers and pry bars. Release the parking brake, then remove the rotor easily, without damage or frustration. Most calipers let you push the pistons straight in, but not all. Some, like certain Ford models, have twist-style pistons. They need to be screwed in while being pressed. If you try to force it with a clamp, you might ruin the caliper. Look for a cross pattern or holes on the piston face. That's your clue. You can get the proper tool online for under $20. It's worth it. Here's the trick I promised. Before removing the caliper, take a flathead screwdriver and wedge it between the old pad and the rotor. Gently pry back. You're pushing the piston in, before anything is removed. This makes caliper removal easier, and the new pads will slide right in later. If you're replacing the rotor anyway, you don't have to worry about scratching it. Simple, fast, and no fancy tools required. Brakes are one of the most important systems on your car. Do them right, and they'll save you money. And maybe your life. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and share it with someone who's about to do their own brakes. And if you've made a brake mistake in the past, tell us in the comments. It helps everyone learn. We've also got a full video on oil change mistakes you don't want to miss. Links on screen now. Thanks for watching Motor Mindset. Drive safe.